He didn't hit it. Oh.
Now.
Welcome back to Game Over, guys. We're playing Bloodborne. I killed a boss. I wasn't useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So, how you doing, Drew?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's have a nice, even-toned conversation.
Yeah.
We'll talk about what time it is. Eric wants us to just invest in wrist sundials.
It's about 2 o'clock, actually, according to my wrist.
Yeah, Eric, you forgot, and you interrupted us with your wrist. Well,
Actually,
please.
I do have a 2 on my wrist.
The rabbit bite?
Yeah, I broke up a fight between 2 rabbits, and one of them dug their claws into me. I have a scar from rabbit claws, which is the least manly thing to have a scar about.
I have a scar from the bottom of a pool.
Believe Monty Python would disagree with you.
Not that kind of rabbit.
They could. But yeah. You got your rabbit bite from the period when the parents were trying to get a friend for the current rabbit. The fat rabbit basically said, I'm not having no friends. And they fought, and you broke them up.
Yeah, they would latch their teeth into one another's faces, and I had to separate them, and it resulted in a scar. And now I have a 2 on my wrist.
It really isn't going anywhere.
Anyone asks me what time it is, I look at my wrist and say it's 2 o'clock, and they get confused, and then they're like, "Oh, fuck you, Drew.
Yeah. Basically.
You and that fucking rabbit scar."
I got plenty of cat ones, but they all heal up. My hands are fine now.
Pumpkin is a loving cat.
She's full of claws, though. And she expresses her love with claws. So,
Blood?
Bloodborne.
We were born in blood, born in little cute animal
I was born during
violence.
the fire.
Were you?
Did I tell that story?
No.
Oh,
I'm learning all sorts of things about you today.
so for me, basically, Dad. It starts with Dad. He was a rotten
Naturally.
kid, and Baba, our grandmother, put a gypsy curse on him.
What?
And yeah, she put a gypsy curse on him and said, "I curse you to have a child 10 times worse than you have been to me."
Oh!
And so it began with my mom going into labor to go to the hospital over at Kaiser Permanente in Redwood City. And the instant I was born, like the minute the cigar was lit, the fire alarm
Born
went
with
off.
a cigar, actually.
Yeah. So the fire alarms went off in the whole hospital. The entire place had to be evacuated, except for me and me ma, little Babu Brian. So that was it. I was born to the sounds of sirens as the entire hospital was evacuated, except for me and Mama. Oh, dang, you killed that guy again. Shotgun.
Was the idea that, like, if you guys really need rescuing, the fire people would
They
come
couldn't
get you?
move us because I was literally just erupted. Bloodborne! But yeah,
Shot out of the gates of
I
hell.
arrived to fire alarms. That went well.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that was just signaled the beginning of an illustrious infancy / childhood / my entire life torturing them.
All I remember is that I was born as a result of you headbutting our mother in the pregnant stomach.
I had gotten into a headbutting way at 4 or earlier, so it was just this game I played where I just have this indestructible skull, and I would run around.
Gamey.
As a result, now, you can actually build up the strength of your bones by destroying them, sort of, and rebuilding them like muscles. Brian did that with his head.
Well, I would run around at full speed, full tilt, and I would
Firing
just,
his head cannon.
yeah, I would just headbutt everybody all the time. Like whenever Dad would get home from work, he would usually have to wait for me, Calvin style, while I hobbsed in from a different direction. I would have to try and outthink him. It was a big chess match between us. Which way is he going to come from? Is he going to run down the stairs? Is he going to run from the side? Is he behind the door waiting for me? And I would just come roaring in like a bull and and I'd try and gut him with a headbutt. I don't know why I did it. It was just really fun.
That reminds me of our game of who can eat the last macaroni.
So as you interrupt the story that you prompted, it ended
I thought you were done with your story. I'm sorry.
with me headbutting Mom when she was pregnant with you. Did you not remember how the story started?
I was thinking about macaroni.
You just hungry, even though you ate 1,200 hot dogs.
I did.
But yeah, it was just the same old game of running around, headbutting people in the stomach, except this time you were in her. And I headbutted her, broke her water, and you were born like a week and a half early.
I'm amazing.
You're the result of a headbutt and a gypsy curse.
Yeah, I ate like 5 hot dogs.
I mean, I'm the gypsy.
I forgot about half of them. I actually looked up and was like, did I just eat a hot dog? And everyone's like, yes.
Yeah, you were very surprised at yourself.
Why?
Because you didn't get a bun, you didn't put a condiment on it. You just sort of reached in without looking at it and just chop, 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 chop. Just sort of, Steve Buscemi that hot dog right in there.
Oh. Dan, can you hand me that waffle over there?
Oh, this waffle?
Yes, thank you.
I think you're running low on waffle.
I am. I'll have to get more waffles later. That's my glass waffle sound effect. Don't listen, especially if we start using that new program that Dan's on.
That Forever Mole.
No, not the Forever Mole.
I like that you named your mole.
That's only one of my moles.
Is it the only Forever Mole?
No.
Okay.
But
That's
not
right.
We don't need to talk
You
about
did mention your other moles.
We don't need to talk about my moles.
I could talk about mine.
Dan, how are you doing? This is Bloodborne.
Dan isn't
Welcome to
talking.
video games.
Dan has a How I Was Born story, but he doesn't seem fit to share it.
I was focused, and you guys were kind of on a roll.
Yeah,
we
Brian
were.
was pontificating the fuck out of that.
You want to talk about your fucking macaroni, Drew?
We'll get to it.
When I was born, all the power went out in the hospital. So Brian was born in fire, and I was born in, I guess...
Darkness.
Yeah.
The shadows.
That's one way of saying it. I was going to say a power surge.
A singularity or an EMP.
Basically. In an ape apocalypse. The hospital was
I didn't mean
overrun
to
with
steal your
chips.
steam there, Dan.
No, he was done. That was it.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Don't
it.
speak for Dan.
I did.
Yeah, don't hit me.
Just because there's a hammer in my hand and I'm brandishing it at you while I'm speaking doesn't mean I intend to hit you. I'm full of popsicles. I'm great.
Frizzy Pops, it's like a little plastic sleeve with some flavored ice in it.
Delicious.
You push it up and then you eat it, and then it goes back in and keeps your hands from being.
Then I was brought home and a fuse blew in the house. Fuse blew.
A few
You did a flume ride
electricity
out of the
went
hospital.
out into Dan.
Whenever I took a nap in the apartment when I just moved in, because that was the beginning of time and no time before that existed.
Yes.
Zero pre-Dan.
This was the era.
Every time I fell asleep, a car alarm would just erupt outside.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And also, I would wake up with a start and knock the wireless internet out.
Every time. You walk into the room, the wireless went out. Although back then we were also using a vastly more expensive, yet also inferior internet cable provider. Let's just say they are a major supplier and they are majorly unpopular.
Does it rhyme with Flomcast?
Yes. Yes, it does.
So Brian and I had this game we'd play. Who would eat the last macaroni noodle of our macaroni and cheese? We would hide noodles everywhere.
Like under the plate.
Hide the macaroni.
Whoever got the last noodle won.
Now, I know you're taking it to a gay place with your brain, Dan, but that can't be helped. It's genetics.
What?
I'm sorry.
I don't even know. What...
Dan was talking about hide the macaroni because he's fantasizing about young boys and putting his hands on their shoulders. Neither here nor there.
Ted Kennedy killed the hat.
It wasn't... I looked into it. It was Dwight Eisenhower.
With his macaroni dick.
Dwight Eisenhower killed the hat. A lot of people want to blame JFK.
Madman's knowledge. See, that's where I found it before.
In a crow?
No, just in a dude. He was there.
You killed him.
I did no such thing. He was dead when I got there, and you're not a witness.
You ate his brain. You took his brain. You ate it.
It seems you have 1987 things of blood.
What?
Blood echoes.
Oh, hey, that's not enough to buy anything. But he's certainly killing all the
Well,
townsfolk.
you're definitely covered in blood.
What I'm covered in is my business.
It depends on what you smell like. They're trying to fool me to open this door. Heaven's the depths of depravity.
Oh, you got it. Wait, try to open it again.
He's not going to let me in.
Yeah, no, fuck him.
Maybe,
Don't take no for an answer.
I gotta sell this
Wretched outsider!
trade if you with me.
Billy Linguini?
Billy Linguini.
Can do it again. Just keep doing it.
Does it lead somewhere?
Okay, he's just saying the same thing.
Okay.
No, in the Dark Souls and Demon Souls, you keep talking to people
There's a ladder.
to do something different.
Thank you.
Ladders are nice. But you got more insight. You got 5 insight apparently. What does one do with that?
I think the more you get, eventually you start,
Going back.
Well, I know it lets you
Dang.
summon allies in online mode, right? Am I correct in that?
No, that's the friendship bell.
yeah, that is the
That's Dark Souls.
There's the same item. Oh, you pushed it. You helped it along because, hey, this seems like a nice
No.
cemetery. Is that a nice? No, that's a fountain.
Is this... No.
Oh, dude!
Bloodborne. You get
He
it.
did blood.
That's where I am. I'm at Bloodborne.
Only now Dan's the Bloodborne.
With Central Yarnum.
He surprises the dogs.
Yeah, that dog's dead. I bet they're chasing.
Hey, it's your buddy.
That's the
trust
one.
him.
There he is. Get
It's
right up the butt.
Blocky
Right up the butt.
McBlocker.
And dead. And dead. Yep.
Got it.
Hey, you can open that door.
I
Search.
can't open that door.
Oh,
Don't confuse me.
you're very adamant about
Only Dan can Bloodborne.
blood.
Birth blood.
So back to blood stories. There's that one about the scar on my knee. I don't think
yeah.
Dan heard this. Maybe he's heard it in the past.
I don't know. He's too busy.
It's hard to judge.
But this was back when Drew and I were living in Delaware. So I was like 5 years old. We had gone to the pool for family pool day. And I was swimming around. And I went to the bottom of the pool for the first time. And I was super proud of myself. But the jerks in Delaware that don't know how to pool, when they made their pool, didn't put like a smooth bottom or like a tile bottom or anything like that. They put like a stuccoed cement bottom. Not smooth concrete, mind you. It was like jaggedy stalagmite concrete. Yeah. So I dove down and I touched on the bottom of the pool with my knee. And I got this big old slashy-do. My first scar that I can remember. And it opened up in the pool and it just started bleh, 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 like a Jaws movie
just
worth
belching
of blood.
out blood.
Yeah, and it was just like ribbons streaking around in the water, just sort of floating at different layers.
With every beat of your heart.
And I didn't really notice. I was like, ow, I hurt my knee. It feels like, I jammed my knee or stubbed a toe or whatever the equivalent is. It hurt a little. Swimming up. Everyone's out of the pool. I was like, oh man, are they closing the pool? Wait, is the ice cream guy here? And then
nice.
My mom runs up. Oh my god, my dying child! I was like, what? Picks me up, turns me around. Look what happened! I was like, oh god, did I blood the entire pool? Oh, am I in trouble? No, but we're leaving, because, oh my god, we're never coming here again. I was like, after looking at all that blood, you might have a point.
That must have been like 1990 then.
Yeah, Mom.
Back before lawsuits over everything. Cause
Mom had to be like 27, 28.
That would have been money in the bank
I guess.
these days. You
I
kidding
mean,
me?
a cut on the knee is hardly a thing in the 90s.
Yeah,
I mean,
now it's like, someone sneezed on my child, give me millions of dollars, you fuck.
Oh. That might be exaggerating a little bit.
I'm only a little bit exaggerating.
You sound bitter old. Like coffee. You're mostly coffee.
Alright, I'm mostly bitter on these waffles.
Listen, you're full of hot dogs. I'm full of popsicles.
I am.
Dan ate pizza today.
Hot dogs.
I did.
Confusing me. Hot dogs are confusing.
They're the craftiest of meats.
They're a meat, but they're just like, there's nothing good about them for you. And you just want to consume them.
That's true.
Most meats, you get a decent amount of protein, and that is...
I feel like you're gonna get an angry letter from the Hot Dog Farmers Association
They
of
can
America.
suck my hot dog.
Whoa! That's the kind of language they endorse.
Getting controversial.
Yo, is it pig time?
You know what?
I got your nitrates for you and these nuts.
Get it!
Get off my hot dog, Raven.
Next time on Bloodborne, Dan stands still and waits for a cut.